Hey guys, it's Steph. I'm just going on. I haven't been on live in a while. Just kind of wanted to just kind of hang out. I'm gonna slow cook some meatballs for romaine lettuce meatball sandwiches for tonight. Low carb. Trying to slowly work our way into paleo and keto here, so we'll see. Anyway, this thing with Mark Hamill is just what the fuck. I can't hate the guy. I mean, I grew up with. I mean, my everybody in my family's politically delusional, so I just go whatever. What are you gonna do? But my tolerance is wearing thin here with some of these people. How much money does that guy have? Now I live in a nice house, right? I live in a really nice house. I've got a lot more than a lot of people do in the world. I have a good husband. I've got a great dog, a great vehicle. I had a horse, for Christ's sakes. And yet, we have people who have millions and millions and millions of dollars acting like they're victims because Hillary Clinton lost an election. I'm not even registered Republican anymore. I'm an unaffiliated voter. I really don't give two shits. All right? Why? Why? Okay, I want to know why. Why does it matter anymore? Everything we see, everything we go to, from you want to watch sports, you got Colin Kaepernick, flipping off cops and kneeling down for the national anthem, and all the little lefty sycophants going, yay. And then you got, other lefty sycophants attacking. I mean, it's not like this has not happened before. Sarah Palin's kids have been attacked. The new left-wing hero, John McCain's kids have been attacked. Okay, think about that. I, you know, that was when he was running against Barack Obama, and you can't do that, right? I mean, horror of horrors. So I just go, I don't know. Hey, James, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I mean, it is boggling my mind now that we have to listen to this. And of all people, Mark Hamill should know better. I mean, this is the guy, and it's loud, I'm sorry. This is the guy that played Luke Skywalker. There's so much about that character and how you behave and how you act. And to me, it's just, no, they're not bad. It's just sad that we have to sit there and listen to this from him. I mean, you all saw the picture. Go onto my Facebook page, or go onto the channel. Go watch the video if you haven't seen it. Mark Hamill basically dissing Ivanka Trump and her kids because he hates her for some reason. She's bad too, probably because she's working for the Trump administration. Daddy gave her a job. Why wouldn't Daddy give her a job? She's a brilliant woman. And he just says, I mean, go force yourself when the picture is of a little boy, a 4-year-old boy in a stormtrooper outfit. You would think that'd be something to celebrate, but apparently it's not. Okay, that's one thing I want to talk about. Here's the other thing I want to talk about. The woman who is writing, or who wrote the latest Star Wars novel, Resistance Reborn, I think it's called. Her name is Rebecca Roanhouse. Sounds like an Adam de Plume to me, a fake name, right? Well, apparently, I think it was Ichibaka found that she's tweeted some really nasty things about white people. I haven't done my due diligence on this, but I'll bet you $1 million that she's probably white. Okay, there you go. I'm sick of this shit. I am so tired of these people. And, this is what happens when you actually have a life. When you're actually, hey Craig, how you doing? That's what happens when you actually have a life. When you don't get the breaks you need. When you don't, when you're working or recovering from being sick. When you get bad breaks, and people who should not have jobs get jobs where they shouldn't belong. And they're not there because they love Star Wars or Indiana Jones or Back to the Future. Terminator, they're there to get a political point across. This is my reply. I don't want your politics in my movies, okay? Star Wars isn't about that. Star Wars is something bigger than that. Okay, I'll be right. Come with me. Just come with me. I want to show you something. Dave Pensack sent me this book, and it's Bill Moyers, who's a guy that I don't really have any respect for because he's one of those recalcitrant baby boomer douchebag, douchebags that can't live in the same world with the rest of us because if you disagree with him, if you're actually a liberal, what was that? Oh, hey, Scott Talker, not much. I'm just here bitching right now. So I got this from Dave Pensack. Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth. I want you guys to understand, Joseph Campbell basically was the guy that sort of guided and helped George Lucas form what Star Wars was supposed to be about. I don't really see anything politically correct or left-leaning in that at all. And unlike, Bill Moyers is a faux intellectual like most left-wing liberals are. They grew up in that era. I don't really see him after, just writing a few things in there, understanding anything that Joseph Campbell's saying because they don't. But there's a lot in this book that went into Star Wars. There's a lot in the book that Campbell wrote, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, went into Star Wars. If you want to read something that'll help you understand it better, you read The Hero with a Thousand Faces or you read The Power of Myth. But you got people like Rebecca Roanhausen, Daniel Jose Older, that Claudia Gray, and that idiot Chuck Wendick, writing novels, and they're not writing it because they love Star Wars. There's no love for it anywhere. They don't understand it. I mean, when Chuck Wendick goes on a Twitter tweet storm attacking J.R.R. Tolkien for being a better writer, because basically when you take those tweets apart and read the subtext, you're like, he was a better writer than you. He was a genius, and you can't form a coherent sentence, so, okay. These people aren't, first off, Claudia Gray's a borehole. She's a giant fucking fat borehole. Chuck Wendick is batshit crazy. And then we got Rebecca Roanhausen, who apparently hates herself because like I said, I'll bet she's white. I'll bet you $1 million. And they're wondering why Star Wars is dying. All right, that coupled on to Mark Hamill's brain fart. Oh, and he went back on there, and someone saying the kid is cute, and then Hamill went back on there and said fact, retweeted it, subtweeted it, and said fact. That's not enough. Apologize to Ivanka. Apologize to Jared. Okay? I'm going to tell you something. What's going on in Washington, D.C. is there's what they call the deep state, and I saw it happening in my lifetime. I worked in D.C., okay? I worked for a congressman. I worked for the House Majority Leader, okay? The world revolved around that office when you're in D.C., okay? I saw things going on that no one did a damn thing about. And these are things now that Donald Trump is trying to put an end to. Guess why they're so mad? Is he is going to put an end to the gravy train a lot of these people have been on. And there are a lot of very wealthy people who are very sick that he knows a lot about. Oh yeah, I do too. I do too. It's like, what? Can't we just enjoy what you guys do instead of hearing about what you think? I'll give you an example. Mark Hamill has a really good friend, coolest person in Hollywood, who keeps himself kind of distant from all that stuff. He's friends with a lot of politicians on both sides. He also has other interests besides making movies. Aviation. What kind of a group think do you think goes on in the aviation community, especially surrounding historical preservation? I'll bet you there are a lot of very conservative people, about a lot of libertarian people, a lot of veterans. Do you know what he would do to his life if, hey, Dakari, do you know what he would do to his life if he ever started spewing venom at people because they were Republicans? Oh, another thing, he's also a year older than my brother, Bill, which makes him not a boomer, okay? He's not on Twitter. Why? Because cool people don't go on Twitter, okay? It's just a rule. Twitter is a shithole of dysfunction, okay? You can't have an opinion that isn't your own. If you dare call out Raylos, they swarm like they're insane. It's a place for people just to yell at each other. I see people in politics that write opinion pieces that I know that are friends of mine getting into, mocking lefties, right, whatever. And it's kind of sad because if leftists tried to act mature, hey, Mazarius, if leftists tried to act mature like adults, I'm waving back, you probably have a better cohesive conversation, but there is no discourse anymore because you can't be outside that group think. I have a degree in history. I am 6 credits shy of a literature major too, which would make me a double major. I am still strongly considering getting my master's degree in history or film. If I went to Nancy Pelosi and told her she's wrong about A, B, and C, or that little big tooth cunt, AOC, and basically told her what I thought in a very logical, rational manner, they would ridicule me for being stupid. Because that's all they got. They can't argue a point. They don't know how to. They go right to the ad hominem attacks. I mean, so when you've got a celebrity like Mark Hamill, he didn't go to college. Not that I'm saying you have to go to college. I mean, if you want to get a degree in bullshit and tell everybody that you're a great bullshitter, it's a great thing to do. Just remember, you probably won't get a job in that field, okay? All right, better way to do it is go learn a trade, all right? Then if you really need that master's degree in, lesbian dance theory, then go do it. Yeah, Craig, you're right. Anyway, I'm sick of it. You can't get away from it. This should be what's important. Not Vice Admiral Gender Studies. Not Rose Tico and her expounding Maoist doctrine. And, letting space horses go, instead of helping the kids. Now, maybe that was just Ryan Johnson mocking the left, but you're using the wrong people to do that, okay? There are a lot of things in the TLJ lay as a populist. Guess what? If you voted for Trump, if you voted for Boris Johnson, if you are voting for Marine Le Pen, if you're voting for the right in Italy, guess who else just kicked the major league ass against the left? The Austrians overwhelmingly voted to keep their conservative government. Populism, it doesn't mean conservatism, okay? It's not what it means. It just means defining who you are by nationality and religion and ethnicity, and there's nothing wrong with that. America is a very tolerant country, okay? But we elected Donald Trump because we were getting sick of watered down bullshit. And the left can't deal with it. And instead of trying to figure out how to live like, with what's going on and admitting the economy's better. People are doing way better, okay, as far as, their wallets are concerned. But hey, why? Why should we be able to do better? I want you to look real hard and think, why do they hate the middle class so much? Because they don't want a middle class. Look at the way they're doing in California. Here's an example. You got the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Guess what's right around the corner from it? Right around the corner from it. I wish you could, Craig. It's the world's largest homeless encampment. They've got typhus, they've got typhoid fever going there, they've got rats running rampant, there's shit and needles everywhere. Probably the bubonic plague is on its way. Oh, and leprosy. I mean, hey, Mass Panther. Hey, Anastasia. I mean, Anastasia's right. I mean, I'm here to entertain you. Harrison Ford says the same thing. Now, Harrison Ford is a climate change enthusiast. Fine, he's got a cause. I have never felt insulted by him. That's because he's not that generation. They're a little more mature. They're a little more down to earth, and they understand that everybody has a different opinion. And when his star was rising, Charlton Heston was still running around, Robert Mitchum, a lot of flaming Republicans. Okay, and there was a good balance in Hollywood then. So I don't understand why Mark Hamill, who his star was rising, but they were so militant. See, here's the deal. That generation, those boomers, are still so goddamn militant. And they're still so angry and bitter over what? Here's another thing. Mark, who wears the pants in your family? Do you or does your wife? This just got re-released, and I remember reading it back in the day, and I was like, it's not really any of my business. A girl named Megan, and apparently she was also a porn actress at one time. I don't care. Judge not lest you be judged, right? She had an affair, a brief love affair with his son, Nathan, and apparently got pregnant. Now, she said she was using birth control. I believe her. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't believe her in this one, and I can see this happening. Nathan didn't want the kid. Said basically, why would a child want to grow up without a father? Here's your opportunity to be a grown-up there, Nathan. There's your opportunity to take responsibility. Guess who came to his rescue? Mommy! Mommy took over this. Mommy and apparently Mark, but then Mark isn't in these emails. He's just, Mark and I talked about it. Mommy said, we'll pay for the abortion. We'll do this, we'll do that. The girl who wanted to get an abortion, she goes to Planned Parenthood at 21 weeks, by the way. The baby's viable then outside the womb. And the procedure would have been horrible. And the Planned Parenthood representative, and I hate them, by the way, they shouldn't exist, said, they're trying to coerce you. No, if you don't want an abortion, don't get one. So she lied, kept the baby. Mark Hamill hasn't seen his granddaughter. Think about that. Think about that. He has a granddaughter he doesn't enjoy. I am disgusted. Thanks, Mazarius. I got 25 actually watching now. So anyway, this is... What do you do? I'm looking at the guy going, you have friends who love their families, who love their grandchildren, who are seen with their toddler grandbabies on their shoulders riding them around, all right, in Brentwood. We all know who that is too, and I'm not going to say his name, but you know who I'm talking about, who have gotten, I mean, despite the problems with certain marriages, their sons and daughters love them, okay? That's what being a dad is all about. It's not protecting who's this over there because he made a mistake. It's putting your foot up who's this ass saying, you take responsibility, all right? But no, we have to protect Who's because Who's is your perfect little boy, and he shouldn't have to be bothered with a baby. Gee, Mark, it's too bad you didn't do that when Who's was born, right? This is sickening. Who's running this family anyway? Mommy, who wrote all the emails? This is just sickening. This is where... I don't get it anymore. I really don't get people anymore. I really, really don't. It's disheartening. It's sad. It's pathetic. But go on to Twitter and see what else he said. Because he's not really backtracking, but he's really got to delete that tweet and he's really got to apologize to Ivanka. And this novel coming out, I think tomorrow or maybe next Tuesday, called Resistance Reborn. And it's mostly about Poe Dameron. We'll get to see the lead up to the Rise of Skywalker. This just sounds, you know, and you got, Miss I Hate White People writing it. I was gonna do a video on her, but I decided not to. I had to do a video on a Reddit leak that is so goddamn stupid. Here's how you know a leak is fake. The Reddit leak that Ichibaka posted at Bleeding Fool doesn't mention Matt Smith at all. Doesn't mention the Force flashback visions. Basically, it still believes that Palpatine's actually the real bad guy. I mean, this is how stupid. Now, it's either, I'm going to say it right now, Jason Ward going on Reddit and spewing some shit, or, hey man, hey capo, or it's Lucasfilm trying to draw attention away from the real bad guy. But if you watch The Force Awakens, if you actually look at a lot of the stuff that's been leaked, the Force Flash vision, Force Flash fights, and JJ mentioning himself, the world between worlds, it's Mortis. I mean, the ring that Snoke is wearing might be obsidian from Vader's place at, oh god, I can't even think. I'm so pissed off right now. Anyway, Vader's castle, but it's shaped like a black diamond. Mortis is shaped like a black diamond. And oh, by the way, the production was called Black Diamond. Yep, Mortis. Mustafar. Yep, Mustafar. Thank you. Vader's castle's planet. So I'm like going, I'm so sick of it. Rey Palpatine, Jesus Christ. Why call it Rise of Skywalker? Oh, so then at the very end she changes her name to Skywalker? It is so fucking stupid, and this is my favorite. Because it's so cornballish, I can't even stand it. Apparently, Lando lost his son. Janna is his daughter, by the way. And he shows up, and basically it's explained that that the First Order took his son in a green forest. Flashback to Rey in The Force Awakens in the novel. When, in her vision, she sees herself standing in a green forest and she hears a man's voice saying, "Wait right here, sweetheart, I'll be right back." Who uses the word sweetheart? I'll let y'all think. So we've got this leak saying that Lando lost his kid in the green forest. Could it be Han? And what was he doing there? Well, apparently he was looking for a dagger. The only dagger I can think of in Star Wars lore is the Black Dagger of Mortis. Okay? Now, in the TV show Mandalorian, there is a baby, a little girl that the Mandalorian apparently was supposed to go kill. There's a bounty on her head. He can't do it, so he protects her. I'm just gonna let that go out there and let you guys think about that, because I can. So there you go. I'm so sick of this shit. You gotta be smart and take off the tinfoil hats and start thinking. All right? Just start thinking. Stop reaching for everything and jumping at shadows because, first off, Jason Ward's been way wrong more than he's ever been right. Okay? The funny thing about it is, in any of these leaks, like I said, Matt Smith's character is not mentioned. Matt Smith is not mentioned in the IMDb page yet. Why? You'll scroll down and see Matt Smith and say, the son of Mortis. Ignore the fact that Ian McDiarmid said Palpatine's dead in this. Please, okay? Ignore all that. This is why I get mad at the Phantom Menace really a lot. a lot, as much as I get mad at everybody else, because everybody wants to find a reason to hate something. I want to at least find something good about something, okay? And these plot leaks don't help. And if you didn't listen to it, you know, you'd probably be happier. I have to sit here and run an interference, and I don't want to do it. What you should do is go, A, who posted the leak? Where did it come from? And why should I believe it? You know, because how do you figure a movie out is this? There's symbolism. There's what the characters say. There's the stuff that's left unsaid. There's the stuff that we didn't get to see. The blanks that need to be filled. So far, a lot of blanks haven't been filled, but it doesn't mean they won't be. Second of all, symbolism. TFA and TLJ were full of it. The reason why I got pissed off about it at 27 now, I see. The reason why I got pissed off about it is because it was a poor way of telling a Star Wars story. You know, I'm gonna wait till Grace Randolph spoils the shit out of it. Okay? And I really plan on laughing my ass off at a few people. And the reason why is because they really deserve it. You know, you can't cater to the worst of the worst. You know, oh, Maz always tells people. I mean, Maz is like, you know, but God, I'm riled up today. You know, I really am. I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. What do you tell about what? Now, I've been missing the conversation. What's going on? Tell me. You know, I am going to try to practice going live with people. I've got a different... Oh, I don't know. Tells them what. You just tell them what's what. But you're nicer about it than I am. That's what I meant. He is. I just call people dumb fucks. I mean, that's what I did on the leak, on that, you know, that leak, that video I did on the leaks. I mean, I got a picture of Palpatine going, "I'm dead, you dumbasses." I mean, I would figure, and I'm just speculating right now, that we've heard this before, but Palpatine's probably just a holocron. Oh, you know, this isn't even a fight. This is like, I've got a friend who's a very, very intelligent movie guy who likes TLJ but hates Reylo. And I can respect that. Okay. That to me is a genuine Star Wars fan. Okay, we disagree on this movie. I've changed my tune on why I hate it. It just did not work. Left too many plot holes. It tried to use some techniques in video that left people either just going, and I gotta say this. I know for a fact Harrison Ford was supposed to be in episode 8 and they took it away from him. And please, and I think the thing that pissed me off the most is that instead of Han shoving Leia into that escape pod and, you know, basically turning the Raddus around and going, you know, attacking the supremacy to help them get away, they gave that to Vice Admiral Gender Studies because if you look at it, Kathy Kennedy literally shit her pants when she realized the OT characters were taking away from her precious, precious, precious new characters. You know, and I'm like, you know, fuck you, Kathy. You know, anyway. So I just felt like ranting today, and I didn't have anybody to rant at, so I'm ranting at you guys. Anyway, so what else is going on? Anything else that's new? That Rey comic book that came out is very interesting. It's, you know, and then there's that poster. You got Kyle Ron standing on one side, Rey facing him, and the twin sons of Tatooine are right behind each head. Just gonna leave it there. You all can think what you want. You know, and I literally had to be walked into that because I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I went, holy shit. That's why I'm telling you, watch The Mandalorian, because I'm going to give you a hint if you don't know what this is. What happens when people are frozen in carbonite? They don't grow. They're literally in hibernation. They don't age. Okay. If we remember the EU, when Jaina was training to take on her brother, Boba Fett's wife had been stuck in carbonite for how many years? And she helped him get her out. What happens with the carbonite when you're taken out is you're dizzy, you vomit. You lose short-term memory and long-term memory. I'm just leaving this out there, okay? I'm just going to leave this out there. Go back to TFA. In the novel and in the Lego movie, when Anakin's lightsaber is flying through the air and it goes past Kylo Ren and lands in Rey's hands, Kylo Ren looks at her and goes, "It is you." Okay? So the idea he doesn't know who she is bullshit. All right? Leia knows who she is. If you open up the comic, and I know it's too late to fill these plot holes, but she knows who she is. Han suspected who she was. What also happens in Carbonite, if you are a Force sensitive, and this is in canon, this is in Clone Wars, the Force, you lose your connection with the Force. So, if someone is a Force sensitive Jedi, maybe they're cut off from the Force because they're in Carbonite, they can't be found within the Force. And that is something you've got to kind of run with on that one. Because if Leia couldn't feel a certain person in the Force anymore, if Luke couldn't, okay, I'm fairly confident I'm on the right track here. But we'll see. All right, the Reylos are so going to be disappointed in this. It's not even going to be funny. I mean, it's going to be, I'm going to laugh so hard. I can't imagine George Lucas putting up with that shit. Okay, we'll do that. Especially since he's basically overseeing production and was the one that ordered the reshoots. Okay. All right, so anyway, look guys, I gotta run. I got 27 people here. This is, hell, for the first time in a long time, live, this has been pretty good. So anyway, I just wanted to rant. I'm so pissed off at Mark Hamill right now, I could scream. And I may do another video tonight about Rebecca Roanhouse, and I'm gonna tear her apart, because I wanna have some fun. Yeah. All right, well, love all you guys too. I'm frustrated, restless, and impatient. I want to know what's going on. I want to know. I hate this. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. I gotta go because I want to, yeah, that's later tonight if I feel like it. But I might be going on a fast from that. I don't know. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Have a good day. I gotta stir this pot.